Well, hi, everybody. This is DearMamaSal, and we are live on Sunday, which means we have more coping strategies for you. Hi, Susan. Good to see you. I just wanted to thank you all for your incredible support. You know, it's amazing. For those of you who might be joining us for the first time or watching this on the replay, please understand that a few days ago, my house caught fire, and I am displaced, sitting in a hotel room, for which I'm very grateful, don't get me wrong, while they put, first of all, they're trying to get rid of the smoke inside my house. And then after they've done that, they are going to, well, actually, they're also taking everything out of it at the moment. Then they will sanitize everything that was in the house. And they have locked up the two main areas that were severely damaged because you'll see, I'm going to show you some pictures. So what I wanted to do is just make sure if you're joining us and don't know what the background is, that is the reason why we're doing this particular broadcast, which I thought you'd like to know. If this ever happens to you, what are some of the things you need immediately? And it's funny because you know, the same as I did not take the things out immediately that I thought I would, you know, the obvious things like my passport and my wallet. You know, I wish I had had documentation of me with my laptop, my tablet, my phone, and my lighting and my tripod. You know, I literally just went and I ran outside, and you know that L-shaped unit that I have on my deck. I just dropped them all on there. And it was only later that I had the fire people go in and collect the wallet and the passport and the cash that I had in the house. Anyway, so what I wanted to find out is, shall we wait a little bit until we've got a few more people in and then do the pictures? And, you know, and I will just start by showing you guys what I've had to do. Now, before I do that, I thought I would remind you all, you know, I've spent my life living in hotels one way or another because years of being a speaker. One of the things I have to say is I have bought one bottle of water, the first one. Now, you know I've had a lot more than one bottle of water since I've been here. So do you want to know how I get free water at a hotel? Free filtered water at a hotel. So if you go on vacation anywhere, or if you know you get into this sort of situation, here's how you get free water. You get the first bottle, unless you already have a container, which of course I didn't. You get your first bottle, and then you go down to the ice machine and you fill your ice bucket. And when you fill your ice bucket, know that ice water is always filtered. So guess who brings the ice back to her room, lets the ice melt, I pour it into my bottle, and I have free water for the rest of the time I'm here. How many of you are going? Stealth, Sal. So, Jody, of course, yes. Hi, Sandy, and hi there is. But you know, such a simple trick, right? So if ever you go on vacation and you're at a hotel, they all have ice machines, right? It's mandatory for anybody who, you know, lives in North America. So I thought I'd just share that with you. So what I found was the things I bought in the first, and I haven't completed my first week yet. By the way, I just need to give you a mental health update. And I say that because I've always said to you that I would be as honest as I know how if I was going to be a broadcaster, you know, within the limits of my security and things like that. So the hotel room is not as nice as I would like. I've got to be quite honest about that. You know, the faucet, when you turn it on, it leaks from the bottom. It does not look as clean in here as I would like it. and for the money I'm paying. And generally, I don't feel confident that it is being 100% sanitized the way I would like it. So needless to say, one of the first things I bought, hang on a second, would be a very large container of this hand sanitizer. But I also bought a second big bottle. I already have a bottle, but I got another bottle. That's been one of the other bags of rubbing alcohol. So, because basically that is what hand sanitizer is, right? Rubbing alcohol mixed with aloe vera gel, probably. Well, that one isn't because it's white, but that's what hand sanitizer is all about. So, I'm actually, part of what I'm doing at the moment is I'm not sitting around doing nothing, in case you think that. Part of what I'm doing at the moment, higher on my list now, is to find another hotel in case I've got to be around for a few more days. And I think there's part of me going, I don't want to move and then move again, but part of me is going, maybe it'll be good for my mental health if I do. And what I've noticed is that I'm getting frustrated because I cannot get the bits to fall into place the way that I would like them to, which means that I need to just take a breath, because maybe somebody up there knows more than I do. And what I've done is I've located a number of big, really great big fifth wheels. You know, the sort that I was looking for originally, and that are available for long-term rent. And one of them is like 44 feet long. That's that's a big unit. So I found that, but I can't find anywhere to park it, because with everybody being short of money these days, or you can understand that, you know, all the RV places are booked up for the winter, which is very unusual. Normally they're empty in the winter, but now they're filled up in the winter. So I may have to go to plan B on that. Hi, Jeannie, good to see you. And so what I will be doing at the same time is start looking for apartments. I really didn't want to go into an apartment because I was scared, I don't mind admitting that, of it, you know, having more COVID and not good air quality stuff, and in and out of elevators, those sort of things, and how far will I have to walk with the groceries, you know, all those sort of things. And you know, for me, where does Amazon deliver to? I don't know how all that works, right? And so I've got a meeting with the insurance people tomorrow. So sometime tomorrow, they're handing over some money, because, you know, I have spent an awful lot of money in less than a week. Not because I've been wasting it. And that's what I thought I would show you all. Jeannie, of course, knows all about this because she went through a fire herself. And I don't know what everybody else would do, but I went out and I bought myself, obviously, I'm going to say this, obviously underwear. I'm not going to show you my underwear, if that's okay. Oh, I will get the money. They're bringing me, I think, an inordinate amount of money tomorrow. I think they're bringing me $5,000 for my immediate expenses and another $5,000 to cover my immediate hotel costs. So they're bringing $10,000 to me tomorrow. That's pretty good. You know, mind you, I paid for it, people. Yeah, I actually obviously got out of the fire with the clothes I was wearing, which were these pants that I'm wearing right now, the black ones, just so that you know what I already had. And this t-shirt and my underwear. Okay, so that's what I call the fire clothes. And luckily, my really comfortable pair of shoes. So the first shopping trip I did, and they did tell me to go and do this, was to go and buy myself a couple of outfits, is what they said. So I did. And what I wanted to show you is what I bought and why and where I've already been frustrated. Yeah, thank you, Sandy, saying we can take your word on the underwear. You know, I'm very pleased to hear that because you're not getting to see it anyway. All right, so, but first of all, before we get to the clothes, this is my new medicine cabinet. And in here, I have my Lubriderm, I have my meds, I have my vitamins, I have my hand sanitizer, I have mouthwash, toothpaste. I'm pre-diabetic, so I need Band-Aids every now and then because your skin erupts every now and then. More meds and more vitamins. Okay, so you got that one. That's my medicine cabinet. I have everything in, yeah, in a bag, lady. Okay, and then this one, what have I had to buy already? Oh, get more to my medicine cabinet, my Tylenol. By the way, I did wake up twice last night, and I've been sleeping so well here, but both times I woke up, it had to do with pain, not with, so, no, I lie. One was for pain and one was for the other obvious reason. Okay, so that's that. Tylenol, that goes back into the medicine cabinet. This is the makeup one, the one you're all interested in. I needed to buy a little set of brushes, obviously, because you would want me to have that. I did buy a little bit of foundation just to cover up, blemishes and stuff, because, I am a YouTuber. Take this stuff seriously. Oh, that's where also for the medicine cabinet, it was in the wrong thing, which is why I didn't take it today. Okay, I had to buy a brush, because Jody, you know where my good brushes are. I did buy a little bit of highlighter, because you know where my favorite one is. I did buy my favorite finishing powder. I love this stuff. Yeah, this stuff I can just slap, because if there are two tones that I use all the time, it would be the browns, obviously, and the grays. And I probably won't get to see my makeup, if at all. I don't know if they'll. Probably Jeannie knows whether they are able. Oh no, you probably wouldn't, because yours. They just told you to rebuy, I'm sure, because yours were probably totally burned. Mine weren't necessarily totally burned, as I will show you in a minute. I bought 2 lip glosses and some mascara. A couple more brushes are in there. I bought 2 lipsticks. One a sort of fall color, mauvey color, and one that I will mix with it. And then my signature earring type things, you will all know. The makeup case will be fine, Jody. I just have to wait for it. You all know that I wear pearls, so I bought myself some more. What I found out was it was cheaper to buy a whole pack of them. In fact, I bought 2 packs of them, different sorts. This was like $5 for all of them. Now, I don't need anything but the bigger ones because I got big ears. Don't you dare start calling me big ears. Okay. But now I've got silver ones, pearl ones, gray ones, black ones. Right, I got them. So I'm happy. By the way, how many of you know spending $10 on earrings is part of mental health? Jeannie did the same thing. Yes, I consider it to be part of my mental health. So that's what I bought in makeup. Anybody think of what I should have bought in makeup that I haven't? Just so that, because I know you guys know all this stuff, but it's enough to keep me going. So in my next cupboard, this would be my health cupboard. This is where the big bottle of rubbing alcohol is, because I have to test. I bought a new tester, but I have to tell you, I went and got my old one because I had problems with that one. But I bought allergy stuff, deodorant, obviously. Oh, and reading glasses. Because, you know, the day I bought this, it said read the instructions. Well, you know what size the print was in the instructions. It's really all right, so that's that. Wait, I haven't finished yet, Drew. I'm still working on it. And the next cupboard, oh, the hair products cupboard. I got, now, this is where I started to think strategically. I think that's the word, right? There's obviously a hairdryer in the hotel. So I didn't actually need a hairdryer. Who knows where I'm going if there will be a hairdryer? I have to think about that. You know, if I end up in an apartment, it may not have a hairdryer. It may, but it may not. So then I thought, plus, I've already got 2 hairdryers when they, 6 months from now. I have hair wand that has a hairdryer bit, and it has a lot of my hair hanging out of here, apparently. And 2 different size rollers so that I can now dry and style my hair all in one. What do you think? Good idea? Now that I haven't got at home. Oh, the Women's Fellowship bought you a new hairdryer and it didn't work. Okay, so anyway, what do you think? A clever idea? Got a hairdryer. And by the way, what a great thing if I'm traveling to take with me. So that was that. I bought that. I thought you'd like that thinking. I bought some styling gel. And by the way, I've sort of quickly got out of the shower, so I haven't really done my hair properly. And I bought some El Cheapo hairspray. Remember, I buy big because it's cheaper in the long run. Okay, so that's that. So those are the things that I bought. It's quite a bit. So now we get to what did I buy in clothes? Now I bought 2 pairs of blue type jeans, which is why I bought this, which is gray and has blue in it. Can you see that? I bought this because I can wear it over my black pants and I can wear it with my blue jeans. So what I want you to see now is what I did in terms of the other things. I'm gonna, are you gonna want to just see them or do I need to hold them up? Which would, I say that because I'm going out for dinner tonight. I'm going out to the Chinese for dinner, apparently. I'm taking my neighbors who were so good to me that night. You know, the neighbors that have been so good to me, period, but were so good to me the night of the fire. I'm taking them for dinner, for the first of many dinners. I will buy them, I can assure you. And just to keep reminding them that friendship is, you never really know who your friends are until, this sort of thing happens. And what amazed me was how many of my neighbors came to the good stuff. We've probably actually got enough people here that I can start showing you the pictures. You probably will want to see. I haven't shown you those before, have I? So, and I got permission. I checked with the guy who took these pictures that it is okay for me to show you these. And I probably will use some of them for broadcast. Come on now, don't be awkward. Sounded so easy when I said I'll show you those pictures. Come on. And I had them all ready. Might take them a while to load now that I think about it. Let's see if I can get them faster on my phone while that's loading. I have, they're right there. Okay, so first of all, you know that I forced the fire up into the rafters. So this one, okay, can you see this? So this roof that you see here is the roof of my storage shed, which is right behind my house. And then that is where they climbed up onto there, and then they worked really hard not to damage my house too much. They actually got in here, and that's where they put the hoses in. Make sense? And the fire came out of there. Yeah, take a deep breath, folks. And you do know I just had the whole of my place power washed. Yeah. I'm not going to show you. Well, so basically I can show you that, the house wasn't damaged. This first third of the house where my living room, dining room, and then sitting room is over here. But it was damaged with dirty great boots, apparently. The dirty great boots that ran over it, they apparently left quite the mark. Oh, you can probably see it a little bit there. So they damaged the flooring a bit, bless their hearts. And there, okay. But quite honestly, my my house itself, that third was fine. And then, okay. What can I show you next? I just want to get it in the right order. Just trying to get to the middle section of the house first. Yeah. So this is my craft room. And as you can see, all the cubies are great, and they didn't sustain water damage or anything, but the water was on the floor. So we won't know for a while as to how much damage was done to the cubies or the walls. That's what they're going to strip it apart to find. Now, the next thing is the spare bathroom. Yeah. So they pulled down the fan in the spare bathroom. Now, will they replace it? I'm not 100% sure. Because the other fan burnt, they may decide to replace that one. Oh, Jeannie's saying that her fireman had cut into her living room floor to get to the basement. Yes. So I basically, because I kept the fire up, Jeannie, that's, I was lucky to be able to do that. You weren't. Okay, so now this is looking down the hallway, from the hallway down into my bedroom. Okay, so as you can see, that looks like a bit of a mess. But the good news is it doesn't look like my paintings were messed. And then, I've still got one room that's got boxes in it, right? It was a mess before. It's a total mess now. And then, this is the crud that is now in my bedroom. And it was so pretty a week ago. Okay, can you all take a deep breath? Because the one I'm going to show you is, the next couple are pretty awesome. Not awesome, but yeah, they will upset some people. Are you all okay? Okay, so this is what my bathroom looks like. Okay. That's the ceiling. And it was so cute. The fire marshal said, "Did you have plants in your behind your toilet. And I did, right? I had a thing because then, so I had plants there. And he said, because they ended up in the toilet. And I said, okay, thanks for letting me know. See more of the devastation there. And they didn't break the shower stall. That's the most incredible thing. Yeah, we're just like, how did they not break that? But this is now looking from the bedroom all the way into the kitchen. And I think you can see that the whole floor is just, not pretty. So here I am, alive to tell the tale. I'm very grateful for that. So I promised you this, and there you go. That thing I wanted to show you is what did I get and why. All right, so I got some gray pants that I was wearing the other day with a top, a sweatshirt top to match it, okay? Why? Because I can wear gray with this, right? I can wear black with this, I can wear gray with this, and that all color coordinates. Got it? Plus, I bought 2 pairs of blue jeans. I also bought a white t-shirt to wear with the blue jeans and these, you know what I mean? It's like when I buy clothes, I try to buy things where I can keep mixing and matching is the word. Hi there, Nyasha, good to see you. Yes, I'm fine, thank you, honey. Susan, I'm actually getting more rest in some ways than I've had in quite a while. That's why I'm going to be stripping this bed to find out what this mattress is, because it's been awesome. Okay, so you got the idea that I got gray. And then, because you saw it last week, let me move. I mean, you saw it on the last broadcast. Let me get the chair here. I got this salmon-y color, right? And what I did is I got a salmon-y pair of pants, okay, which I won't be wearing with this top, but I got a white t-shirt to go with it. And this is the gray that goes with the gray pants that I was talking about. So, well, these all color coordinate. Who have we got there? Kimmy? Hi, Kimmy. Okay, so you can see that all these mix and match. And the hoodie that goes with it. Now, the hoodie is awesome. It is very useful for just using it as a cardigan, quite honestly. So, I've really enjoyed it. It's really comfortable for me to wear. Now, the other thing I got, so that I could mix and match it all, was this set in a sort of, what color is that? Beige almost, right? But I tried this on today and it is way badly, it's not properly marked. This is meant to be a certain size and it's 2 sizes bigger. It's ridiculous. But it would have coordinated nicely with this and this. You understand? I could have worn all this is a different combination altogether. And so this is going to have to go back. But you know that as soon as I tried on this set and it all fitted beautifully, I took all the tags off this set. So this is going to have to go back to Walmart, which is where I got it. But I don't have the tags. I do have the receipt, but not the tags. So I've got to get the receipt tonight and take photocopies of it, not photocopies, but screenshots of it, because I will, I meant to give that particular receipt to the insurance guys tomorrow. So, and Walmart's going to want to see it as well. Now, the thing that I got that I was really pleased with was, this is just a shawl type thing that I can wear. You get the idea? It's like a poncho. So if it's cool and, you know, I need to go through the hotel or whatever, and I just need something warm, or if I'm sitting at night watching TV, I've got something really warm. And by the way, it's possible to really dress this up, you know, if I wanted to, with the black trousers and everything. So it's not a bad idea. Oh, and the other thing I liked about it, I cut out the tag yesterday, because what I realized was if I cut out the tag, it's reversible. Clever? Yeah, and I haven't got one in my life, and very useful again when I'm traveling. So I was really happy with that. And always remember what my mom told me. It's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. And so just know that all of this came from Walmart. The one thing I thought about was I have got a big, heavy, what do you call it? Down coat, a winter coat. So, and I also have a really good anorak. So, but in the meantime, it is fall in British Columbia, and the wet stuff's coming down. So, and my raincoat, you know, I've got a beautiful Land's End raincoat that I bought a long time ago. So I thought, what am I going to do? Gave me this, and that would work very nicely to be warm. But I thought, you know something? I actually am going to get myself something that I have always wanted. You see, it's all about what can I get that would make me happy. I like the purple shirt you have on and the pink. See, it was purple, right? Okay, that's all right. And the pink. This is, yeah, okay. This actually, you like this combination, Kim? Yes, that's what I thought. That's why I bought it. Because I've got to take this stupid thing off. It's going to drive me insane. So that's part of the reason, you see, because I was trying to buy things that I could color coordinate. This will go with the blue jeans. It will go with this. And it will go with most things. So this is my score. I bought myself, first of all, ready for the colder weather coming now, an infinity scarf, because, you know, I won't be able to get to my stuff. And I bought myself a really good quality, look at this. Oh, I think my watch just now, that's right. I'm going to move the camera just so that you can see this better. Move away. Okay, so it is a long, well below the hip length, rain. It's actually probably a snow skiing type jacket. Actually, it's got these sort of thumb things in them, just so you know that. Well, it's got really big pockets. I'm not joking. You put your phone in here, you'll spend the next week trying to find it. You know what I mean? So nothing's going to fall out easily because it's made for skiing. And the pockets go all the way from here to here and up here. Here's the entrance point here. And all this area here is pocket, which for somebody at my age, that's really useful to have. And it is lined with a fleece, a very fine fleece, but a fleece. And inside, it's got pockets forever. Here, as well. Yeah, here. So now that I didn't have, and I call that now my fall jacket and spring, because it is rainproof. It's rainproof. and therefore will be very, oh, what else would it be? When I don't know where I'll be shoveling snow, but it's just like, I just thought, I found 3 different fifth wheels. Getting the fifth wheel isn't the problem, Kimmy. I have found that finding somewhere to put it is the problem, unless I want to be really far away from where I live. And I don't want to be far away from where I live because I need to keep going back there to check what's happening. And I'm going to have to make decisions all the time about what they put back and so forth. So the one place that I found that would be able to take a dirty great fifth wheel, and I'm talking anywhere, I found one that's about 37 foot. I found one that's 44. So I'd love to get the one that's 44. But even the 37 foot one is a pretty big unit, and it also has a washing machine in it, which is nice. So I'm not going to have to go out and get the washing, go to the laundry area if I did that. Now, Jody has told me that she has her stuff, she has some concern about me and my hip and going up and down stairs on a trailer in the winter. And so from that perspective, I get her point. I understand the concern there. So to me, I'm just going to play it by ear. If I find a spot that is the one spot I found is over half an hour away, which means if I'm traveling backwards and forwards to pick up mail or to get things, it's going to be a lot of driving. I would prefer to be within 15 minutes each way, if it's humanly possible. So I'm still working on that. And I it's like, I am sure that the people that I've contacted that have a possible 6-month rental of their dirty great unit, are going to be pretty flexible about waiting for me to find where it is. Is it parked? No, I can't find anywhere yet. Therefore, I've got different ones on the burner. However, before I make that final decision, and that'll be, if that's where I'm meant to be, then I'm going to find a place locally to put it. I want to tell you, I visited one place yesterday, and I found 3 more today, and none of them, the first one I found I didn't like. I didn't even bother to go in the office. I just didn't like the way that was at all. But then what I've done is the other 2 I've just totally booked for the whole of the winter. And one of them said, and next winter as well, we're totally booked already. So that is a possibility. So plan B, because you know me, I never go with plan A. I always have plan B ready. Plan B is I will start looking at apartments. Now, the mental health aspect of apartments is that I have a fear of going in and out of elevators and stuff where people might be, I don't have nearly as much fear where I live in my community because we're all older people, and older people are far more careful, as you know, about their health and COVID. If I go into an apartment, it's likely to have younger people in it, and as you know already, younger people are less diligent. So it means that every time I get into an elevator, I'm going to have to disinfect, before I press the button or immediately after pressing the button, or, so there are lots of different things that I'm going to do. And then I'm concerned about the air quality that's being circulated. And I'm certain you can understand that, right? By the way, don't you like the way I've had to strap my watch together with Scotch tape? My watch has broken as well. It's a really interesting week. And I've got a face shield. Hang on. But it's more than just the face, you see, Jody. And by the way, I'm amazed how many people have asked me where I got my face shield, because, you know, when I go out now, that's what I wear. I have my proper mask with me as well. But if for just social distance type meeting, I wear this. And it's great. It goes over my glasses, and it was, yeah. I've got a few more of them. I hope they haven't packed them up yet. I'm going to be over there tomorrow if I can. Plan B, apartments can be all kinds. You may not need an elevator. You have to be nearest parking spot. Keep looking around. That's what I'm doing at the moment. Jody's going, duh. Of course she has a face shield. So. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm also looking at Airbnb to see what I can find there. Because maybe I can find a nice Airbnb place that will do. The problem is that I have got to be able to be mentally healthy in that place for 4 and maybe as long as 9 months. That was the horror story I heard the following day, which is if they have to get permits and things, then it could take from 6 to 9 months to get back into my home. And, you know, it is what it is. So when I go looking, I have to ask myself, can I do this, right? Jeannie's saying Airbnb too expensive. I actually, if you go into an Airbnb and tell them that you want to be there for 6 months, they got 6 months guaranteed booking of their Airbnb. I'm pretty sure they're going to be price negotiating in the winter. This isn't high season. This is the winter, fall and winter. So that's what I've been looking at. Also, I've been, you know, looking at, you know, the new developments where, you know, people have built new places and want to get money from them already. They may not be able to sell them yet. So I'm doing everything I can to look. So I assure you, I'm not sitting around in the hotel reading books that I would. No, I don't. No, I don't. So yeah, I most people to have something guaranteed. Now, the interesting thing is one of the people that has the dirty great fifth wheel, the 44-footer, she even wrote to me and said, you know, it's booked for the first week of October, but we actually have an Airbnb place at our place. And so, you know, if you'd be interested, let me know, because their big rig won't be ready until the end of October. So she said you could stay here until the big rig's ready, you know, because it's on a project at the moment. So, you know, I don't know. It's, you know, every day brings something new. So I thought that was really cute, though. You know, we could look after you. And then that was interesting when they heard. Yeah, I think so, Susan. I think at least 5 months. And if they have to get, you know, if there is structural damage, if they think there is, but I'm pretty sure that there might be, if they have to start doing structural things, then what will also need to happen is they'll have to get, what do you call them? Permits from the municipality. And that's what takes the extra time. So, mentally, I am a little frustrated. That would be that. If you have any other questions, just fire them at me. I must say that mentally I'm a bit frustrated because, you know me, I'm a doer, and I can't be doing the things I want to do because I'm working on the stupid stuff. Right? What is Jody saying? What I know is that the perfect option will present itself. I have a peaceful feeling about it. Good. And Susan saying, I believe if they know your story, they'll cut you a break. I hope so. But here's the interesting thing. The people with the dirty great fifth wheel, the biggest one, she gave me a price, and then she immediately wrote back to me and said, in your situation, we'd be prepared to drop it to this, which was really nice. And then within 10 minutes, she wrote to me and said, but if the insurance company is paying for it, then we're going back to our original price. I don't know about you, that felt uncomfortable to me. Can they replace the whole house? I discussed this on the last broadcast, Kim. I did say to them, if it was going to be cheaper for them to do that, I would consider it. And they actually did not think it would be cheaper because of the quality. That's what they said to me. Because of the quality of the renovations that have already been done in my house, that to get a new one, you know, with a kitchen like that, as good as that, you know, would probably cost them more. And apparently it's not as easy, you know, it probably costs more in labor and stuff than it would. Yes, Jody, that's what is Jody saying, wow, stick it to the insurance company. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. And, you know, so that to me was a bit like, And I'll let them know that that made me really uncomfortable about their integrity. Hi, Katie, good to see you. Now, here's the next thing. I obviously have got to the point where clothes need to be washed. Now, you know Betty Ann, my neighbor. You're going to get to know her a whole lot better over the course of the next few weeks. But, you know, she obviously said to me, and you bring your washing over here, Sal, and we'll do it while we're having coffee. Right? Now, I thought about that, and I thought, yeah, how can I impose on them? And so what I did was I started to put all my stuff into a bag to actually let the hotel do it. Would you like to know what hotels charge these days to do your washing? Anybody want to know that? If so, I'll go and get it for you. Now, remember, I'm not in a 5-star hotel here. Okay, so let me tell you, hang on. Now you understand the insurance company, bless you, Katie. Thank you so much, honey. Okay, so Jeannie's saying, even though our insurance is paying our rent, we still had to show that we ourselves could pay this rent. Rent is very high, so we showed something of our stocks in order to fulfill this. Yes, the same thing. That's what they said to me is that, you know, in fact, they said it, I didn't. They said, we have to be able to put you somewhere of equal comfort to how you live. And, you know, and that was, you know, in other words, it needed to be something pretty modern and all those sort of things. All right, so they obviously will pay for any laundry or anything, because if I were at home, I wouldn't have to pay for it, right? That's the whole thinking. So this is, this is what cracked me up. Okay, one pair of pants. Trousers, for those of you who might be watching from England. One pair of pants, $10.50. A jacket, $13.50. Undergarments, you know, I'm not going to put my undergarments in, I'm hand washing those, but they would be $3.75 each. Socks, $3.75 a pair. A sweater would cost $13.50. An oversized coat, you know, an outdoor type coat, you know, one of those things, outdoor, $26, 25. An outer jacket, $21. A blouse, $12.50. A skirt or shorts, well, you know, I haven't got any of those. A dress, I haven't got any of those. A shirt, $9. So I would imagine this would cost, would they count this as a shirt? $9. So you know what I'm going to ask tomorrow when I see my insurance guy, when he hands over the checks? I'm going to say, can I pay my neighbor rather than get this is happening. In other words, I would far rather, say to Betty Ann, I'm going to give you $20 a week to use your washer dryer, or and then she's going to say no, but I'm going to say no. If you don't let me do that, then I'm going to make the insurance pay for it. Yes, and Jeannie, I'm pretty certain when I get settled, I will have a washer dryer as well. I thought they were insane prices as well, Jody, and I would have trouble asking the insurance to pay those sort of prices. Now, Jody, you know me very well because I'm Mrs. MacGyver, as you always call me. You know what I realized? If my clothes are not dirty, but I have just worn them for a few days, Katie, there is a whole video that I did of, if you look on the channel on YouTube, the fire video tells you the whole story. What caused it, what I did about it, everything. So you can just pick it all up on there. Wait a minute, what was I going to show you? Oh, yes. Jody, I was seriously thinking that I am, some of these things I have worn, they're not dirty, but it's just because I've worn them that I want to wash them. Makes sense. And then I thought, what if I clean them with my ozone cleaner? We know that the ozone cleaner will kill any bacteria. So if there's any perspiration or something, that will kill any bacteria. It'll take out any smells. So, yeah, I thought that was quite clever. Jody's saying Katie Sal showed pics during this broadcast. At the beginning of this broadcast, I showed things. Yeah, Jody, a good idea, right? And I tried it last night. I had something, and what I did is I just threw it in this bag, turned it on, and tied it all up, and just went, okay, fine, do your thing. Not as stupid as I look. So that is dry clean. I mean, that's washing type stuff. By the way, apparently you guys and my life around you guys is more important to me than anything. I'm looking at what I brought into the hotel room. I've got lights, I've got a lot of adapters, I've got a whole box of pens and scissors and things that I might for taking notes and doing stuff. It really is amazing to me the difference in how I live my life now and what's important to me now. Ah, bless you, Katie. Now then, one thing I did get, and you're not going to be surprised. I did get a small smoothie maker. And my whiteboard, yes, Sandy, right here, because I knew I'd want to be showing you stuff, how things happen. So anyway, a small smoothie maker. I think I paid less than $20, or 19 something for it. Now it's not my high-powered one. We all know that, and that's coming soon. I put that on a priority list. You know that. I want my Nigel the Ninja. But now at least what I'm doing is every day. What I'm doing every day is I get breakfast for free. It's part of the thing. So every day I order for breakfast. I get this list. Hang on a second. Oh, this is the next thing I wanted to talk to you about. I get this list of things I can order for breakfast, but think about the fact I'm pre-diabetic. You see, Katie, I was just getting to that. That's just the point that I'm getting to. Katie saying, I want to see the meal prep hotel edition. Well, we're getting to that stage, right? Because that's what I realized. I'm not eating very healthily. And the first 48 hours, I didn't care. I mean, I ate poutine because I love poutine. I reckoned I deserved it, right? It's mental health stuff. But now it's like enough. And also I want to talk about blood sugars as well. So here we go. I haven't got I bought new glasses, didn't I? Oh, anybody remember which bag they're in? There we go. First one I looked at. Into the medicine cabinet bag. Right. All right, so this is what the choices are. And I wanted to tell you this because quite a few of you are diabetic or trying to eat better. Which of these would you choose, all right? A Belgian waffle, a pancake, an egg round, that would be like a scrambled egg made in a round thing, hard-boiled egg, sausage links, breakfast sandwich, which would be an English muffin, an egg round, and cheese. Might have that this week. Anyway, so what I've been ordering every day so far is the egg round, because eggs are protein, and the sausage link, because that's protein. For cereals, Fruit Loops, Rice Krispies, Corn Flakes, or Bran Flakes. None of them. I haven't had any of them. Baked goods, brown bread, white bread, raisin bread, gluten-free bread, English muffin, plain bagel, everything bagel. I have been ordering 2 slices of brown bread, lightly toasted. But then it had oatmeal. So I have been having oatmeal, but I must admit I have been having the maple and brown sugar oatmeal. But it's just a little packet. Juice, orange juice. I have been ordering up orange juice because, when my blood sugar starts to drop, it probably is better than the candy bars I started with. Yes, good. Katie, you agree with me, all right? The egg rounds and sausage and breakfast sandwich, definitely. The pancakes and waffles would be loaded with sugar. That's what I reckoned as well, honey. So I'm glad that you guys agree with me. So that's why I've been, anyway, getting and they do allow fresh fruit. And when they say, would you like a banana or an apple? I will go, yes, both would be wonderful. And I can say it in a way that I get both. I pretend I didn't hear it was either or. I go, yeah, one of each will be wonderful. Thank you very much. Okay, and then they also add in milk, and I get milk every day to have with my coffee. Butter, margarine, peanut butter, strawberry jam, orange marmalade, honey. I must admit, I've been having butter and honey on my toast. Now, probably now that I've started to wake up to my blood sugars a bit more, I'm probably going to not... I probably will just go straight peanut butter. Don't worry about the butter, just straight peanut butter. Cream cheese. I'm going to start with the cream cheese as well. All right. Syrup, ketchup, salt, pepper, Okay. Get myself some chia. Yes, good idea. As long as I've got a fridge, which I now have. Now then, so breakfast, but here's what I do. I don't eat all of them, because it's me. What I do is I eat the egg and the sausage links for breakfast, and 1 piece of toast with the butter and honey. That's breakfast. And the crappiest coffee in the world. But anyway, but that's what I do for breakfast. I keep the second slice for lunch. And I then keep, what else haven't I eaten yet? Oh, I keep the orange juice in case I have a sugar drop. And I use the oatmeal to make a smoothie. And the oatmeal brown sugar thing to make a smoothie. With half a banana. If I get a banana and an apple, I use half a banana. So do you understand? I'm multitasking what I've got. Now, that's so cute. Thank you so much, honey. So now I wanted to show you with this new tester. I have been testing a lot more. because I know I'm eating not the right foods. So far, my readings have been 6. Oh, wait. I need to convert because you guys don't speak metric. So of the 4 readings I have done, the Canadians, Sandy will understand what I'm talking about. Right, so I've been 6, which is 108 in American. That was this morning, that was yesterday, before a meal. And then I was 6.6 at 9:30 last night. 6.6 would be about 135. And then yesterday at 8 o'clock yesterday, before I had anything to eat, it was 5.9. So 5.9 is about 106. Okay, so it's not bad, but it's higher than I would like. So we will be keeping track of that if that's okay. And this is why I spent the money to get the tester immediately, even though I ended up getting my own other one. But it's just like, it's so important to me. So Katie's saying, I thought of you yesterday. Oh, how kind of you. We had a new product at work and I bought it. It's salted caramel syrup for my coffee. You are right to think of me. Made with stevia, so there's no sugar and no net. Yeah, definitely want. Send me a picture of it, Katie. One of the things that is in my fridge at home is some salted caramel peanut butter. And about once a week I allowed myself a little smear of that because it was so good. Now I haven't, bothered to go and get. I haven't got things like mini wheats yet, but I will. As soon as I get a bit more settled. At the moment, I'm in what they call survival mode, I think, and I can feel that the adrenaline has sort of dropped down. You can. And the reason I know that it's dropped down is because I'm feeling more. And it's taking more effort. It's taking more effort to keep balanced. Jeannie, I'm certain that you know all about this, that, it's not that I'm being a wuss, it's just I'm going, I've been sitting in these 4 walls, and I want to go out and do things, and I'm going, and I spent most of the day out yesterday. However frustrating it was for me yesterday, I got in the car and I drove for, one thing and another. I drove for about 4 hours. So it's going to be really important for my mental health that even though I might not feel like it, I need to get out every day, out of the walls. And so could you take a note of that for me, please, Jody, so that I can research it and see if I can get it here in Canada. Now, what else? Oh, I did buy a pair of runners. Because you saw the black shoes, right? And I wanted to talk to you about this. Now, normally, I would have bought the runners on Wish, but I cannot afford to wait that long. So I got myself a pair of runners that probably are made in China anyway. But I couldn't get them my size in women's, so I went and got men's. So I hope they fit. I'm going to try them on tonight before I return the other stuff to Walmart. So I got a pair of blue ones to go with my blue jeans. And they are these web things. I want to tell you something. I really loved these web shoes. They really do breathe nicely. The other thing was I had to get myself some more orthotics. So my plantar fasciitis stuff. So that's it. I think that's what I've got. Right, so now then, what do we got here? Yeah, Jeannie's saying that this stuff that I'm feeling is called normal. Yeah. Thank you for that. And she also said, I told you that I had a schedule of doing something every day instead of sitting around. Yeah, I would love to actually, I have said to myself, I need to take one day and just sit around. I actually trying to work out a plan to give myself one day this week where I just don't do anything, where I just relax, because it's getting very difficult. And in fact, I was going to be talking to the girls tonight, and I was really looking forward to that. And then I realized I was had arranged to take my neighbors out for dinner, so I had to move them until tomorrow. So basically, I'm at a place that is different. I really would, I'm thinking about, okay, are there any nice sidewalks or trails near where, okay, outside here, I'm at the beginning of a big shopping street. That's the best way. Not a shopping street, but it's one of those streets that has lots of car dealerships on it. A huge mall is farther down, all that sort of stuff. So this is all cement and stuff, but I can go home. I can go home and, go and sit outside with my neighbor, next to my smelly house. I'm wondering whether they will wash it again. That's one of the questions I wanted to ask, because it had just been power washed. And I'm pretty certain all that billowing smoke coming down and all that water outside, it's going to be pretty dirty there. So I'm wondering whether they're going to re-power wash it. So not at the moment, Katie, but, I have a car, so I just need to make the effort now, which is one of the reasons why I bought that high quality rain jacket. But even so, as good as that rain jacket is, I still think it only cost about $80 or something, which to me, for the quality that it is and the way it's designed, is just like, that's going to last me probably the rest of my life. So I was very happy with that. And believe you me, it's warm. I wore it yesterday and I wore it over a sweatshirt and I'm going, this was not a good idea. It's that warm. So wear a thin t-shirt and then that. What else? Any other questions? What I'm trying to do is to make sure all the things you want to know, are answered. And what I found out is that to some degree, all my friends are just recovering from shock as well. That's interesting to me. I was talking to Yvonne this morning, and, I realized that she is still, shaking her head going, what, you went through all that trauma of packing up the house. It took a year. Then you went through all the trauma of selling the house. That took 6 months. Then you did the move and you messed up your legs and your knees and everything else with doing the move. And just as you were getting most of the important stuff unpacked, this happened. And she said, that what Yvonne's like, it's breaking her heart. And I said, really, Yvonne? Yeah, we're going to have a lot of interesting stories for the viewers on this one. So Katie said, I got my new rain jacket by North Face, regularly $100. I got it for 55, but high quality, yes, especially for my bike rides, worth it. And, that's why I was saying that, of all the things I bought, I did not mind paying that much money for that jacket. And, I have to be quite honest. I bought 3 bras, but guess who picked up the wrong size on one of them? And it was final sale. I can't take it back. So, these things happen. I've decided not to. And I am also prepared that when I go to exchange, tell Walmart that the one size is completely incorrectly sized. It's 2 sizes bigger than they say it is. That they might say, because I haven't got the tags, they've gone, that I can't return it. I'm prepared that that could be a possibility. Even if I have the receipt, but we'll see. And I could cry if I have to, and it wouldn't take a lot. do you know what I mean? It was just like, but I'm living in a hotel and they took the garbage away. It's not like being at home, where I'd have to wait 2 weeks before they took the garbage away. I could have dumpstered it, anyway. But if I have to cry, I will. So now then, I would like some great input from you guys that are all healthy and so forth. What food would you recommend I get in next? That's interesting. Katie's saying we don't do returns or exchanges either at work due to COVID. Okay, and that's a possibility. That's why I've said that yeah. And that's what I'm wondering, Katie, is because of COVID, because they'd have to wash it because I've touched it. And therefore there's possibility that, you can't. And that's why I think so many things are, non-returnable now. We'll see. I'm prepared to, bite the bullet. And quite honestly, if they don't, I will find somebody who's that much bigger than I am and donate it to them. So it's just like, it's a very nice outfit for somebody that's bigger than I am. So Christmas presents. I've just got to find the right person, right? So, I think that I want you to get some input on food now, because I do have a mini kitchen here. I think I showed you that. If I stay here, wait, I'm dropping things, people. You see the mini kitchen there? So what it's got is 2 burners, and that white thing underneath is the fridge. And then I do have a toaster. I didn't find that until today. And I do have saucepans and a frying pan. So knowing that's what I've got, I'm thinking next time I go shopping, I need to get some healthier options. Now, I also just want to tell you, I've also found that the amount that I'm eating is far less. So I was proud of myself. I did get some treat bars that are fairly healthy. Got some chewing gum. Going to be having that today. I still haven't eaten the Toblerone. It's still here. I did get some fruit to go. Thank you, Rinsky. I appreciate that. And I got some mints, which I'm sure are not good for me, but I want to tell you that every now and then, I think this part of my body just craves chewing gum and mint. Why would that be? You guys will probably know. I've got a little bit of honey left over from breakfast, a little bit of butter left over for remember I've got my 1 slice of bread still. And I actually have been taking sugar because I don't like the sweet and low very much. But I'm now going to probably go and get myself some stevia because it's time. So that's my little snack pack. And I've been pretty good about not eating it. And then here's dinner. But I was looking at this. This isn't as bad. Hang on a second. The glasses on the floor. I got a feeling it wasn't quite as bad as I thought it would be. Let me see what it says here. The sodium is horrific. We know that. It's got iron in it. 14% iron. That's pretty good, isn't it? 39 grams of carbs, yeah, well, of which only 3 are fiber. Okay. And you know the other thing that these things say? Yeah, it's just the sodium that's really bad. But what if I just eat it? Okay, you know, it's just not a normal time, so just, you know, just drink lots of water. Okay, fine. Don't use all the flavor pack. You see, I knew you guys were smart. Yeah, it is separate, absolutely. And I had mac and cheese last night, you know, one of those instant mac and cheese things. And of course, the first thing is, you know, you put it in the microwave, and I'm going, I don't have a microwave. So you know me, I'm going, get smart, Sal, get smart. How did they cook things before microwaves, honey? You know, get out a saucepan. So I made mac and cheese, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't mind telling you, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I'll have a snack. Can I have a snack, people? Is that okay? Mind you, tonight I am going for Chinese. Jody's saying, unprecedented times, do the best you can. Yes, but I also think, Jody, that in a way, that's also a little bit of an excuse. So I understand that was okay for 48 hours. But now, that's really good, people. No artificial flavors. Okay, let me find out how bad this is. 1 bar, 200 calories. Probably a bit much for somebody who's about to go and have Chinese. Carbs, 17 grams. That's not too bad, is it? Of which 10 grams fiber and only 1 gram of sugar. And it is delicious. It's also got potassium, calcium, and iron. Well, I want to tell you something. I'm going to buy that again. I know how to make cream cheese. So buy some yogurt and some filters. Katie's saying, I had mac and cheese tonight, but we have a private chef at work who makes healthy meals. So it wasn't as bad as most prepared ones. You know something? You know what I did the other day, Katie? Before the big fire? I made mac and cheese with almond flour and the shaking cheese, whatever you call that. I made the sauce out of almond flour and the shaking cheese, and it was actually surprisingly good. Yogurt's a good thing. Good. Anything else? Sorry to talk with my mouth full. My mother is not happy. Feels so good though. You know something? I find that during the day, every now and then, you know, my mind starts to race. I'm sure you can understand that. And I literally have to stop and say, Sal, stop, honey. No, but I was thinking egg foo young probably isn't too bad for me, right? Which is basically no MSG, okay? So ask them if they can make it without MSG. I've got a feeling, I want to tell you, I've had food from, I had my neighbors bring me back some Chinese food the one time that they went. And I want to tell you, it was some of the freshest, tastiest Chinese food I've ever had. And my sense was it was not loaded with anything. From I was so sad because, I had just stocked up all the stuff for the pandemic. So all my, cupboards were full of food. Plus, this week, I had stocked up with spaghetti squash and potatoes and stuff to make, oh, never mind. Good, so I will try for that. No MSG if possible. Yeah. Now, after I come back tonight, I need to work on getting the receipts together because they're going to want those tomorrow. Nearly finished, people. Sorry for the rudeness of this. But I'm going to take a picture of my Walmart receipt and say you can have this until I've been to Walmart to return the stuff. You can have the original, but you can't have it this week. So, now, my question is, my watch broke. And Drew and I know that when I was grabbing things and doing whatever, I probably did it a mischief. But I'm just wondering whether I can get a new watch out of this. I've ordered it anyway. Because, oh, and then, I was thinking, I wonder if I should get a new watch. I really think I should. And yesterday, I was in the bathroom. And I turned, and the watch came apart and fell in the toilet, but it was clean. Fell in the toilet. I'm going, oh, I guess I do need a new watch. Oh, I can have brown rice. You know something? I've ordered a cheap one. I haven't ordered another Fitbit. And you know why? Because I am going to be doing all sorts of stupid things in the next few months. My attitude was they'd make some really good watches today. I don't necessarily have to have another Fitbit. Yeah. Well, you know something? The funny thing is, Kimmy, I don't know what mushi is. What is mushi? Sounds like a cow to me. The stuff in my fridge, probably I could have taken some because they say the fridge and the freezer actually were not permeated by smoke. And I also brought, Jody, I also bought my whole milk jar that was in a glass, my glass jar of whole milk, because they said it doesn't get into glass either. Yeah, her fridge broke down a couple of months ago. All right, so Katie's saying she just got a Fitbit. My problem is, that's the only problem I have with buying these watches is I have man's hands. I'm not joking. People say to me, no, you haven't. And I will say, put your hand up. And probably if I put my hand up against a female, their hands will go to here. You know what I mean? I have very large, and it's not just because I'm big, but I mean, I'm big boned, right? My wrists are much wider. So quite often I have to buy a man's band, not a female one. So here we go. So my next plan, and what I want to know is this stuff getting boring to you already, or is this stuff that you want me to carry on talking to you about how I'm coping? Doesn't Holstein sauce have garlic in it? No, it's not just the strap. No, it's just not just the strap. It's the actual connection. It's the actual connection that's broken. So if I got a new strap, it wouldn't fit on there. That's the unfortunate part. And the reason that I know that I've done it a mischief, just so you know, inside, with the trying to launder it in the toilet, is this. Let me show you. Yeah, when I try to find out what my readings are, I'm getting this. Now, funny enough, it seems to be okay when it's been downloaded and taken through the system back to the main, do you know what I mean? The main Fitbit thing. I can get to the information, but this I can't. Yes, so I'm not, now hang on a second, you understand, I'm still going to have a really nice Chinese meal. It's the combinations of protein like pork, beef, or chicken with egg and vegetables served in the pancake. Yeah. Okay, so we know I like that. Okay, so Sandy's saying, no, you need to keep going, Sal. You've spent months helping us be prepared. Now you are here. We are here to listen and help you process what is happening. How incredibly thoughtful of you. Thank you, Sandy. And you know something? I already have three videos that I have put down, as I drive, talking to you guys. So I'm going to put them up, and I probably won't worry too much about editing them beautifully or whatever, because I got a feeling getting them up is going to be more important. So, I will try and get one up a day of these, as I'm driving, because I did one the very first day, the day after, and I did another day when I went shopping, that sort of thing. So I'm going to try and get those out there just so you can see how my mind is processing stuff. Right, Vrinsky's saying, whenever I get Chinese food, I always get the sauce on the side so I can add as much as I want, no more. Okay, that's good. Now, to me, but you're saying I can ask for brown rice if I have sweet and sour. I can have it with brown rice. That would be good. But the other thing is, because I am eating this. Oh, this isn't dinner. What am I talking about? It's just tomorrow's dinner. I'll probably bring takeout with me, right? I'll bring leftovers home as well. Field day tomorrow. I'm going to have really nice food tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is just take it as easily as I can. But I wondered whether you guys want me to give you the processing that I'm doing. I do want to tell you before I go that if I sit and think about my home, it's not healthy. You can probably imagine that, right? It's just not healthy for me because obviously it's sad. And also, when I think about home, I think about, what about the deck? And I want to ask about that as well. So Jody, could you write me a note, please, that I need to ask the insurance people about the power washing and the deck? Because you understand, all that smoke was billowing out onto my deck. And I've got carpeting on the deck, and I've got, that incredible seating area on the deck with the cushions and everything. So I want to know, is there a plan to get all that properly cleaned? Or next summer, am I going to be sitting and smelling smoke? Because I think that would be traumatic for me now. So that is something that I need to ask them about. I'm trying not to be gouging them, but I think there's a difference between making sure that it is healthy for me and being picky. I'm caring enough not to charge them through the nose for my washing. But I don't know about you. I think I should be allowed to pay my neighbor for letting me do my wash there, because I think that's only fair. Because they could say to me, if you want to go to a laundromat. Yeah. No, I don't think it's gouging at all. So I want to tell you overall, how do I feel? I feel fairly grounded still, quite honestly, if as long as I stay in the present. Does that make sense? Katie, they have taken, I don't know, did they take everything out of your house and process it? That's interesting. Sandy's saying we're here to listen. So you talk to us about whatever you need to. Wow, it's interesting. Well, really, the things I want to talk to you about, it's like, did you know that when you go on vacation, don't you ever pay money for bottled water if you don't have to? If you can get ice, let it melt. You've got filtered water at no cost. It's just like, I learned that a long time ago when I was traveling. But I'm going to have to make do with a lot of things in lots of ways. And the other things is that when they said to me, what's important in your kitchen? I just said everything. I said, I know that's not going to please you, but everything. Yes, so Katie, what they've done is that the stuff that's been permeated with smoke, they've taken it out and they're putting it into some sort of vacuum system that they have. I mean, these guys deal with this all the time. They've got a special system whereby they can actually pull the smoke out. They have, that goes through two things. And it's amazing. I'm going to let you know. Yeah, and obviously all my clothes, they will have cleaned professionally and so forth. Of course, you know me. I'm sorry to say this, but, when they told me they were packing up everything in my bedroom eventually, when they can get in there, which won't be for a while, I said, you'll be careful of the toys then. Well, I want to tell you, I thought these guys were going to I thought they were going to die laughing, quite honestly. And they were trying not to. And I said, no, I'm really sorry, there aren't any there. But it's just to watch their reaction. It was priceless, really. That's one of the problems about being a comic at heart, right? Because, you've got a captive audience in that moment. Because they've got to be polite to you. I did it. I know I'm a devil. So this week, all right, the goal for this week, stay on track, stay grounded, and live one day at a time, but also start now looking I'm going to go find better food. And so I'm glad that you approve of what I got for breakfast each day, because I really did try and think that one through. Because also it was more than breakfast. It was going to carry me through for, some things during the day as well. I always find the humor in every situation. Well, it almost got me into trouble, Katie. You won't know this, but because of my mentality, first of all, when the cop, when they got me off my deck and took me immediately to a cop because he had to take a statement, I literally was standing there, Katie, with the cop asking me how to spell my name. And I pulled out my phone and I recorded video. Why? Because I knew you guys would want to see it. And I recorded whilst I am spelling my name, very matter-of-factly. And I finished that split second of recording. And then I answered every question he had, what happened, and I told him very calmly, very detailed. I was sitting in my living room watching Endeavor. Why did I make that point? Because they would have seen that, right? If anybody walked into before they cut the power to my house, they would have seen that's what was on the television. I was watching Endeavor, and then this happened, and then happened. What if you had guns? I live in Canada, Max. Oh, Chris? Yeah, we don't do that here. I didn't need to tell him any of that. Anyway, so I told him, I told him literally detail for detail. I told him why I went to the craft section first, because I could smell plastic burning. That's what I could smell. I know the smell of burning plastic. And therefore I thought it was my computer. And then, why I went to the bedroom. And then when I saw the flaming ring of fire of my toilet seat, I even went to fire today, and my process was water and fire, that's okay. So I turned on the taps and I hucked water, and then I saw the molten plastic from the ceiling. And then I looked up and saw the flames. I literally told him bit by bit. Jeannie's saying the fireman took the firearms out of her house. Okay. And so, to me, and that's what I'm saying to you, Sandy. Two things. Number one, they could not believe how calm I was. The other thing is the amount of detail I had. And so the question, of course, was, had I called Freddie the Flame into my house? You know what I mean? That for some reason I wanted the insurance and da-da-da-da-da-da. And I actually addressed that with them yesterday or Friday. I actually had a conversation with the insurance people, and I said, was there any concern that I might have done this? And he laughed and he said, Sal, we obviously had to go down that street. Why can't we have guns in Canada? We don't need them. We live in a different society. So I don't want to get into the gun lobby thing, please. So anyway, but the interesting thing was, he did say that obviously both the cops and the fire marshals started off questioning whether that was actually what happened, right? So that's why I'm not joking. I must have repeated the story at least 6 times. And each time I could repeat the story almost verbatim, because I just had to keep telling them the truth. And so I would just play the video. Can you imagine me doing that? Oh, yes, we have people with guns for hunting, right? But Sal, living in urban area, does not have a gun. No, nor am I allowed to. So and by the way, if I have a gun, I need a permit for it, obviously. Why am I talking about guns? I don't want to be talking about guns. So it was really interesting how many times I've repeated the story. But the good news was, the insurance guy said, "Sal, we had to check." But when we saw that fan and saw the damage to the fan, and the fire people established that was without a doubt the source. They can tell, what do they call it? The origin. The fire inspector can see exactly where the origin of a fire was. And he said, without any doubt, that was the origin of the fire. You did not have Freddie the Flame do a number, right? We even can tell you exactly what happened in the fan. And he did. He said the bearings seized. And when the bearings seized, source of origin, thank you, Jody. When the bearings seized, they caused sparks, and the sparks caused the fire. So, but I addressed it with them, and I said, I just want to make sure that, and he said, the reason we have to look at that, right, is obvious. We do that at every fire. But he said the other reason was, you were so incredibly calm. Okay? So incredibly calm, and your blood pressure was not up where it should have been. Everything about your demeanor was not the demeanor of somebody who was watching their house burn down, or somebody, even your blood pressure didn't tell the story right. So we kept having to double check and triple check, because it wasn't quite adding up the way that it would normally do. Normally it would be, they're busy, the only reason we put oxygen on you was to make sure that you had more than enough, for your lungs. It wasn't that you needed it. We just wanted to do our job. And so you look at it, and I said, well, that's what I just wanted to double check. that, you know, I am aware that you were confused by my demeanor. And he said, you know, it's incredible that you can do that. It's incredible that you could just cut that emotion out and just watch your house burn like you were a neighbor. He said, I think your neighbors were going through more stress than you were. Right, so Katie used to be an EMT, right? So Katie's saying, yes, working with fire department when I first became a medic and got out to watch the questioning and the reasons why for every structure fire, yes. My blood pressure, Katie, did you hear this, Katie? Did you hear what my blood pressure was when they took it? This is just after I'd finished fighting the fire and saving the house. Okay, when they took my blood pressure, it was 137 over 80. And I said, oh, that's up. And she said, what do you mean that's up? And I said, well, it's normally 130 over 80. She said, you've just had the fright of your life. You have just saved your house and probably your neighbors as well by the actions that you took that you shouldn't have done, but you did, you know, with your fire extinguisher and everything. And she said, and your blood pressure is 137 over 80. I said, is that high? I knew it wasn't actually. And I said, you know, isn't this all that we've been talking about? I chose not to be on the hamster wheel. I chose to stay in reality. The reality is I'm alive. The reality is I saved my house. Yes, it's $100,000 worth of damage, but I saved my house. And my actions helped save my neighbors' houses too. So I felt pretty good about that. I got to go because I got to go to dinner. So what I wanted to let you know, I've had to spend, this is the message, by the way, just to be able to have the basics. I'm not talking about luxuries, but the basics around me has cost me over $2,000 already, which luckily I have. And so my question to you is, do you have an emergency account, which if terrible stuff happens, that you could survive for a week? And if necessary, have to buy things. All right. Now, we know that the credit cards are very useful. So my question to you is, if you had to, could you put $2,000 on a credit card? Good. Bernice is saying we have emergency cash. Yes. And I had emergency cash in the room where the fire was. I was very blessed that it didn't burn. So I would say not only cash, but also do you have an account that you can get to with that emergency money in it that you do not spend? Separate savings account. Well done, Katie. I'm pleased to hear that. So that's my message for today is understand this. I didn't go and expect, you know, I quite honestly, they said to me, you didn't have to go to Walmart. I said, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I needed to go to Walmart. Why? I wanted you guys to see there's nothing wrong with going to Walmart. Okay. It's just what you buy and how you wear it. Doesn't mean that you haven't tried or you wouldn't if you could. You know, you've had too many disasters. You know, it's sucked dry. So that doesn't make you a bad person, honey. I'm out of here. Got to go to dinner. This is DearMamaSal saying, stuff happens, people. I'm going to enjoy my dinner. I'm going to laugh lots. And I will keep updating you. And I love you dearly. And thank you all for the incredible support you've given me, because you will not know how special that has been to me and how much I genuinely appreciate it. So we'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.